It's kind of like if anybody has a dog that likes to jump up when new people come in the house, you know for a fact that after 15, 20 minutes they calm down.
Right.
It's just that first 15 or 20 minutes.
How do you break that?
You know, what I'll usually do in a case like that is I use tethering techniques, where I'll tether them to a couch or I'll tether them to a point on the wall. And whenever the doorbell rings, I'll say, go park it. And they go lay down on their bed, we tether them, I let the people in, I tell them don't make eye contact, don't look at them, don't talk to them, just kind of, focus on me, we talk. And as the dog becomes more accustomed to, well, okay, mom's cool with the person in the house, dad's cool with the person in the house, everybody's fine, they're just sitting here talking, we kind of bypass that 15 minutes of crazy. The dog no longer has an opportunity to make mistakes. And then after about 15 minutes, what we do is I give the new person a treat. I'll say, go up, ask the dog to sit, and I'll let them disconnect the dog. But that gets us past that first 15 minutes of crazy, and now the dog hasn't learned a bad behavior. It's one of the keys to dog training is a bad behavior never tried is a bad behavior never learned. So, it's weird. I think, half of dog training is management, and half of it is actual training. And it's just which half do we go after first.
You make them go sit?
Yeah, I've got a spot.
Door?
Yeah, I've got a spot. So what happens is if I say go to bed, the dogs go to their crate and they know it's nighttime and things like this. If I say park it, each dog's got a bed in the living room that they go lay down on. And at this point, years later, I don't even have to tether them anymore. But when I started, it would be lay down, tether, let the person in. Where most people go directly to the door, let the person in, the dog's jumping all over.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can get even sneaky about this and make the noise of the doorbell or the noise of the knock the cue to go lay down. Instead of it being a cue to run to the front door and act like a fool, it's now a cue to go lay down on my bed, and then we let the person in so the dog can't make a mistake anymore. Okay? And the only idea with that 15-minute ignore is don't blink first. That's, like I said, we're the ones with all the gray matter and opposable thumbs. We should be able to handle 15 minutes of chaos. Just let it go. Don't give it any credence. If you remember back to driver's ed, I always told you to put your hands at 10 and 2. When your dog does something you don't like, take your head to 10 or 2. It's a big body language insult to just like, okay, I got nothing for you. I'm not looking at you. I think that's where most people reinforce bad behaviors without realizing it, is we make eye contact. And the minute the dog gets our eye contact, they're like, okay, it worked. I got your attention. Whereas if we just take the attention completely away from the dog's like, well, that's not what I wanted. So maybe I'll try putting my rear end on the ground because my mental Rolodex tells me when my rear end's on the ground, good things happen. And they start all of a sudden doing the behaviors that are good, and the behaviors that are bad extinguish or go away because there's no longer a reason to do them.